And how about we are all one?
Well, physical humans have a very difficult time contemplating that. That's why it feels like a catchphrase, because they say it and don't mean it. You look at your individual bodies sitting in your chairs and you feel that you are individual clumps. And you do not realize that you are eternal consciousness that is always streaming. And so physical friends often, as they begin to contemplate non-physical, then assign a non-physical clump of energy to a physical clump of flesh, and they call it a soul. And they have pictures in their mind of the clump. It was a little bit what was in your earlier question when you said, have you ever been physical? As if this clump of non-physical energy now infused itself in this clump of physical flesh, and now I'm alive. When what's really happening is it's a stream of non-physical consciousness that is flowing endlessly into everything that you know is physical, even into this chair, into the cells of your body. Everything and everyone coming forth from this one stream of consciousness. It's unsettling to humans to contemplate that, because you see yourself as superior consciousness and you see yourself as thinkers, and we have to acknowledge that this stream of consciousness has many different perspectives, but it is all one stream.
In the workshops, you speak of humans being on the leading edge of thought. What exactly do you mean?
You are on the leading edge of thought. Here you are in this contrasting experience which evokes from you new wanting. And that new wanting is the asking or the summoning of that which is us, or that which is source. So as you ask, source energy comes forth to fulfill that which you are asking for. No end to it. No end to the expansion of that which is source. In other words, when you realize that you are the physical extension of that which is source. And so here you are banging around out here, developing new desires, and source coming forth in response to those desires. You see how it works? In other words, it's just like the example that we offered earlier, where someone wants more money. They are having a hard time. They can't pay their bills. They are in a very bad financial situation. And out of that is born powerful desire for more money. If they could turn their attention to the idea of money, to the idea of how it would feel to have the dollars flowing easily, and therefore away from the feeling and the vibration of not enough money, the change in their vibration would then allow their improved situation. And that's true of any individual, and it's true of the world in general. There is a war against drugs, and a war against poverty, and a war against crime, and a war against teenage pregnancy, and a war against terrorism, and a war against AIDS, and all of them are getting bigger. Because in this world that is attraction-based, there is no such thing as exclusion. When you look at something you want and you say yes to it, you include it in your vibration, and things like it flow into your experience. When you look at something you do not want and you shout no at it, you include it in your vibration, because in this vibrational-based universe, there's no such thing as no. So the more you focus upon what you do not want, the more you offer a vibration that matches it, and the more of that you get, you see. So Jesus said, turn the other cheek. Ignore, you say. And we say that's exactly what Jesus was talking about, and so many teachers that have come before. We know that most people are looking at life in a very action-oriented way. And it seems like if someone is aggressively coming at you, that you should defend yourself in some way. But what we are wanting you to understand, that whether you have reason to feel that way or not, when you feel that way, you have activated a vibration within you that keeps you from allowing the well-being that you are asking for. In other words, you cannot beat the drum of what is going wrong and let in what is going right. So, as people around the world see a plane crash into the Twin Towers, the majority of people around the world did not have that experience and did not need to be vibrationally affected by that experience. But because of your technology and your hunger and thirst for information, most people around the world had access to that information and are now having a vibrational response to what happened. And the vibrational response to what happened begets more. And then that begets more, and then that begets more. The greater the contrast, the more ask. And the more who ask, the more the answers come. And then occasionally, someone like Esther listens.